Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the science, stories, and slightly disturbing truths behind everyday stuff. Today's question comes from one of our awesome viewers, Red Navi 95. Thanks for the brain-busting suggestion. You asked, how does doom scrolling affect your brain? Well, if you've ever picked up your phone just to check something real quick and then found yourself 2 hours later deep into a thread about the fall of civilization, yeah, you've been doom scrolling. Today, we're digging into why your brain gets weirdly addicted to terrible news, what's actually happening up there while you're glued to the feed, and why you suddenly know way too much about geopolitical conflict and raccoon crime. So, if you've ever caught yourself saying one more scroll while your eyeballs dry out like sad raisins, stay tuned. We're breaking down how doom scrolling affects your brain, right here on Explaining Everything. Let's start with the basics. Doom scrolling is that delightful nightly ritual where you lie in bed, bathed in the glow of your phone screen, reading about everything that's wrong with the world. The climate? Screwed. The economy? Flirting with collapse. Celebrities? Still fighting about weird stuff on Twitter? Or X, whatever we're calling it now. It's basically a digital buffet of despair. You scroll and scroll, hoping to find something good, but instead you find another headline that says, "Scientists say we're all doomed, probably by Thursday." It's like watching a horror movie, but instead of knowing it's fiction, your brain goes, "Yup, this is real. We're toast. Let's keep reading." Now let's talk about your brain, because it's doing something strange while you're doom scrolling. It's treating every scary headline like an actual emergency. You see, your brain evolved to scan for danger. Back in the day, this helped us avoid things like bears, falling off cliffs, or accidentally eating poison berries. But now, we're not running from bears. We're sitting comfortably with Wi-Fi, doom scrolling through digital stress. When your brain sees bad news, your amygdala, the part responsible for emotional processing, lights up like a Christmas tree. It sends signals to your hypothalamus, which says, "Oh no, we're in danger." Then it tells your adrenal glands to release stress hormones like cortisol. And congratulations, you're now in a full-on fight or flight response because you read an article about sea levels rising. The wild part, your brain can't tell the difference between reading about a disaster and actually being in one. So even though you're physically safe, your mind is doing laps in panic mode, repeatedly. So, what does this constant stimulation do to your beautiful brain? First off, it fries your stress system. Chronic exposure to negative content can lead to elevated cortisol levels, which messes with everything: your mood, your sleep, your immune system, and even how well you remember stuff. Your attention span? It's toast. Doom scrolling trains your brain to chase short, shocking, emotionally charged content. It becomes harder to focus on anything boring, like books or emails, or your boss talking about quarterly goals. Then there's anxiety. Your brain starts to anticipate bad news even when it's not there. It's like that one friend who always assumes the worst, but it's your own internal monologue now. And let's not forget depression. When all you feed your mind is negativity, your worldview shrinks. Everything starts to seem hopeless. You start believing that nothing good ever happens, and suddenly, even your cat knocking over a glass feels symbolic. Here's the kicker. Despite how awful it makes us feel, we keep doom scrolling. Why? Partly because of our brain's obsession with solving problems. If there's a threat, your brain wants more info. It thinks, if I just learn everything about this scary thing, I'll feel better. But instead of relief, it just finds 10 more scary things. Also, there's the illusion of control. Reading bad news makes us feel like we're staying informed, prepared, responsible adults. But let's be real, we're not taking action. We're lying horizontal in bed, eating stale chips, feeling mildly doomed. And then there's the algorithm. Platforms are designed to serve you more of what keeps you hooked. If you interact with negative content, you'll keep getting it. It's a feedback loop of misery, like eating a tub of ice cream to feel better, then feeling worse, then eating more ice cream. Let's do a quick check-in. If you relate to 3 or more of the following, you might be a chronic doom scroller. You wake up and check your phone before even brushing your teeth. Your screen time app sends you passive-aggressive weekly reports. You know more about international conflict than your local weather. You can't fall asleep unless you've first scared yourself into emotional paralysis. You tried just a quick scroll and accidentally read the comments section. If this sounds like you, welcome to the club. We don't have jackets, just bags under our eyes and a very high resting heart rate. Look, doom scrolling happens to all of us. The internet is a buffet of scary content with no closing time. But your brain isn't built to handle a 24/7 stream of human suffering. You don't need to consume all the world's problems to be a responsible person. It's okay to care and still take breaks. You're allowed to unplug without becoming an ignorant monster. Nobody's handing out awards for most stressed consumer of global news. So be kind to your brain. Give it something nice. A walk, a joke, a nap, maybe even a raccoon compilation video. Your mental health will thank you. If you enjoy this video, or if you're trying to break your doom scrolling habit by watching something slightly less soul-crushing, please like and subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.